Is this smart for him to continue on like this, possibly suffering some long-term damage?
That's his previous opponent. Looking on, trying to help his buddy out. You know they had very little time to get their breath. He didn't even take a shower. He got stitched up and came out to watch this fight. So no rest for the weary, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Vovochanchin's face is just swelling up with every blow, and he still continues to hit with it, and he's actually hitting with like his cheek on the face of Nick Nutter. He's willing to just go head to head, face to face. Give me what you got. Nice right uppercut slipping in there by Nutter. But punches just don't seem to do anything to Vovchanchin. Oh, Vovchanchin seeing almost an opportunity to get up, but Nutter rethought what he was doing, which was getting away, and came right back in.
Did you see the pool of blood on the midsection of Vovchanchin from the nose of Nutter?
Yeah, look at it.
Look at that right there. It's just flowing out of his face.
Yeah, Nutter took some big shots. He's starting to feel the pain. Nick Nutter not wanting to give Vovchanchin too much time to rest. I would not want to let this guy try and recoup, because he will, and he does. Nutter's got to stay with it. He's got to keep pounding. He's got to keep hammering. The longer it goes, I'd have to give it to Vovchanchin.
Well, the tide seems to be turning a little bit. Nutter is just, blood is flowing out of his nose. I got to believe it's broken.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. You can see it's pouring out of there. You can almost see the close-up on the, there. His nose is nice and bent. He took some good shots.
My goodness.
And that's one of the worst things in a fight, is to break your nose. It blurs your vision. You get a nice headache, and it depends on really how straight of a punch it was, that it pushes the bone back into your brain if you're not careful.
Lovely.
Isn't that charming?
No, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right now, I think the bone is still there. I don't think it's in his brain yet, but
it's a very dangerous place.
You're right. You're exactly right, and that is a very tough injury, because what happens, especially when you break your nose.
Oh, big right hands by
Nutter. This might be the last story. Look at
Vovchanchin gets right back to his feet. I don't want any more of this. I'm up. I'm ready to go.
This place is going nuts.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Vovchanchin finally getting back on his feet after the onslaught.
The problem Nutter may face is breathing. It's hard to breathe when you have a broken nose. It's just, you're not getting any air passage through there. Nutter going to try and take him down again.
Oh,
he takes
nice
the right
shots
hand.
by Vovchanchin.
Boom, and a great double leg takedown by Nutter.
Nothing anyone, hear me people, anyone can do against a quality wrestler like Nick Nutter, who wants to put you on your back. He pulled him and he threw him to the ground like a piece of cake. He had to do that. He did it. Now he's back in his comfort zone. He did eat some big punches, though, coming in.
He sure did. Nutter taking some short shots to the back of the head.
Yeah, anybody expect an experienced wrestler who trains to avoid that when you have a guy who's a college champion, an Olympic potential fighter in the next couple of years here. They're gonna get you on your back. You have to drill him, you have to catch him coming in. He caught him, but not quite good enough.
You know, good move is for anybody charging like that, I would think would be a knee or an uppercut or something like that.
Exactly.
Haven't seen that from Vovchanchin, but nothing would surprise me, trust me.
Well, what he did there is he came in very high, surprisingly. Normally, they'll shoot low for the hips or below. He obviously may be thinking about catching a knee, decided I'm gonna go high, which was very risky, and that's why he ate the big left and right. Then when he closed the distance, then he swooped him off his feet.
Right now, though, IGOR VOVCHANCHIN throwing punches to the back of the head as Nutter tries to counter with the headbutt.
Yeah, starting to really pick up the pace as IGOR VOVCHANCHIN, and hitting surprisingly like with his left thumb. I mean, he's really not being able to hit with the knuckles like he wants to. That's how hard this guy's hands are. Look at him. He's hitting him on the ear, on the side of the face. Now he's coming back on the other side with headbutts. He's starting to pick it up here. VOVCHANCHIN clearly the more active right now.
Yeah, he is. He's gotten another win somewhere.
What a change of tide.
Nutter is breathing very hard, and again through his mouth, because that nose is closed up on him. based on it being broken earlier in his fight. Though he tries a headbutt there, but to no avail.
Yeah, the blood will drop when you break your nose. It's coming from the front, but it's also coming down through your mouth and dropping in there. It makes it very difficult to breathe and doesn't taste too great either.
Unless you're a vampire. No vampires here tonight.
I don't know. VOVCHANCHIN seems to be eating that blood up. I don't know where the blood is out of him.
Oh, I know. He just literally quit bleeding.
Yeah, he really did. Look at the punches that are coming from Nutter versus what's coming out of VOVCHANCHIN. VOVCHANCHIN, you can look at it in his face. He's throwing into those punches. As you saw, Nutter's kind of pace is just kind of slapping off the back of the side of the head. Nice headbutt, right in the face. Nice. Very nice moves there by VOVCHANCHIN.
Nutter just sitting there taking it.
Yeah,
trying to counter.
Yeah, they're not devastating punches, but they will build. And especially right on the ear like that, that's a very powerful place to hurt someone. You'll see him start to cover, see him start to put that shoulder in to protect that ear. Very smart move. Boxers will do that, and kickboxers, to keep that shoulder up covering the side of your face.
Almost comical looking here as they both try and punch each other with short distance. But there's nothing funny about what they're doing.
No, not at all. Not at all. And both actually very dangerous spots. You can see VOVCHANCHIN turning his fist over and hitting to the back of the neck. A very dangerous spot actually to be hitting.
And those blows are heavy.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that he's on his back, he's such a strong puncher that they're going to take their toll. Nutter has got to try and stay away from that attack.
Yeah, he was only getting about 4 to 6 inches on those punches, but when you're as strong as VOVCHANCHIN, it's amazing what you can do with that. Trying to go up and under. Now back to the left.
A very impressive thing about Igor is the fact that he comes from so many areas. He punches you on the neck, he'll punch you in the head, the side of the face, he'll uppercut you. He's just got a great repertoire of punches.
And now he's trying to go back up and over. Now he'll hold with the left hand. Take a little breather, try to stop Nutter from the headbutts. Now he's going back to the open hand. Let's use that palm. Palm actually a very nice place to punch with. It's actually better. They don't break as easy. You'll see that in a lot of the Japanese fights. They do only open hand punching. In fact, one of the best fighters, possibly the best fighter in the world today, Boss Rutten, who is famous fighting over in Japan in an organization called the Pancras, that's how they do it. They punch only open-handed. Very powerful striking that way. You don't break the knuckles that way.
You see an awful lot of broken hands in this sport. I've seen it many, many times. Actually, at least one here tonight.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if Nutter has broken one of his hands too. He still seems to be hitting to the side. He hasn't done anything with that left hand in quite a while. So maybe that could be damage. Oh, there's a short, just when you speak, he throws a short left.
Short left.
Just to let him know, I'm thinking about you, Igor. I'm thinking about you, buddy.
A guy in that uniform's your escort out of here, Greg.
Yeah, we're gonna need him.
Yeah. Especially if Nutter wins. A very pro IGOR VOVCHANCHIN crowd here.
Yeah, coming into this fight for the finals, you and I were talking at the break how we thought Nutter would have to kill him. We didn't think VOVCHANCHIN would have anything left, and it's unbelievable what we're seeing. This is a very even match at this point.
Yeah, and really past the 20-minute mark. He's fought enough in one day, IGOR VOVCHANCHIN, probably to cover himself for the next year and a half.
Yeah, he really has.
All right, there's Nutter trying to make something happen, and yet all he's doing is getting knots on the back of his head. Igor now making a move. This crowd's starting to come alive again.
Where does this guy get it from?
I have no idea.
Nutter just can't believe it himself, just saying, what do I do to finish this guy? He had his chance early on with those knees, and once VOVCHANCHIN got through those knees and was able to get back on his feet, since they came back down to the ground, the whole tempo of the fight changed. Nutter still in the controlling position, still controlling where they fight. Look at that face of VOVCHANCHIN. But he's okay, look at him. He's looking around.
It's like, okay.
Looking around, I'm coming back, I'm okay.
The only reason his expression has changed is because of the swelling. His demeanor hasn't, nothing else has changed about him. He is breathing heavily through his mouth, as you would suspect after this, and he continues to lay that fist on the face and the ear and the back of the head of Nick Nutter.
Nothing seems to really affect VOVCHANCHIN. Even when Nutter throws those heads, that headbutt back up into his face, he just looks away. All right, boom, okay. I look away, and then I come back punching again.
Gosh, about 15 minutes ago, it looked like he may be out of this, taking so many knees, and he weathered that vicious assault by Nick Nutter, and now he just seems to be in control.
And he's hitting with that thumb. That's what I just don't even understand, how he's able to do that without hurting those hands. Look at his hands. Those hands, you can see they're just tough, strong hands.
Oh,
they don't even look
His
damaged.
wrists are huge.
Real big legs and real strong hands and arms. It was amazing to watch this guy work the bag. Just saw the bag, I heard the bag screaming help. The dents that he was putting in it from his kicks and punches was absolutely devastating.
Comes underneath with a headbutt.
Oh, nice. Again, watching this guy fight is nothing that they could really teach you in any school, whether it be
Nick Nutter has tapped out.
That's it, people. Oh my God.
I cannot believe what I've just
Nice
seen.
little roll there.
I can't believe
VOVCHANCHIN.
oh, and he kicks up.
He's still got enough left to do just that. The fans are going crazy. Nutter is so disappointed with himself, just completely ran out of juice. VOVCHANCHIN was getting stronger, it appeared.
I don't know what this guy's physical makeup is. A very classy move, though. Nutter with cuts on his nose, broken nose. He's got a gash on the top of his head. An amazing final here.
Look at it right at the end here. VOVCHANCHIN throwing a headbutt underneath, right on the face. And that nose was so broken already. I think that was the one that Nutter said, no mas, I'm out of here. Let's try it fresh another day.
There's your champion, and indeed a champion.
And a great fighter that Nick Nutter is. He laid it all on the line. These guys should be a great super fight match. I myself would go to Federico Lepen and say I would like to see that one again. Nick Nutter laying it all on the line. VOVCHANCHIN, a true champion, proved it here once again, taking home the championship. And there's his manager, George Kopolansky.
I'd like to see it, boy, I'll tell you. Hopefully Federico can put that together. Well, that's going to do it from Tel Aviv, Israel. For Real Productions and Federico Lependa, I'm Gary Cruz along with Greg Friedman. And Greg, that's it. Say goodnight.
Good night, everybody. Thanks again. See you next time.
הארגון היה מצוין, ואומר תודה לכל מי שארגן את התחרות. והמתחרה שלו גם היה על הכיפאק המצוין. הוא אומר תודה לכולם.